Welcome to all to this webinar where we will give a brief update about the next generation of EqHub. Thanks for joining and thanks for your interest in EqHub. Before we start, I would like to say a little bit about Offshore Norge and our role related to EqHub. Offshore Norge is a membership and interest organization for the Norwegian offshore industry. We cover several areas like employment and interests towards government and society. And we manage collaboration projects and initiatives in the industry. And within this area, this is where EqHub comes in as a common industry initiative for the whole industry. The agenda for today is that we will give some introduction to EqHub, a brief introduction. We will also give a quick status of the ongoing development and we will give a brief flavor of the solution and how it currently looks in the test environment. If we have time, we will answer some selected questions after the end of the demonstration. So first, why do we have EqHub? So today, suppliers who are delivering to the industry are met with a lot of different requirements, standards and solutions from different operators and from different projects. With EqHub, we have gathered all standards and all industry requirements related to equipment delivery in one common solution. EqHub was launched in 2010 as an industry initiative together with Sharecat Solutions as the industry's selected technology provider. Over the years, we have worked with the industry with several operators and several projects, but we haven't been able to gather the whole industry around EqHub. It has taken its time. But in 2019 and 2020, we managed to include and gather the whole industry around EqHub. In 2021, as an example, Equinor started to implement EqHub in all their business areas, which means that all suppliers delivering to Equinor will meet the EqHub requirements. And that goes also for several other operators and existing operators that already have utilized EqHub. In 2022, the steering group for EqHub wanted to look at the opportunity to develop a new technology for EqHub. The background was that the current software was old, from 2008, and it was at its end of life. So going forward, from this year on, a new software will be developed and released in 2023. And in the years to come and going forward, we will continue development of EqHub and adjust the technology according to the need from suppliers, contractors, and operators. When it comes to EqHub, today EqHub is required to be used by all operators who currently have operations of assets on the NCS. It's also supported by other operators who don't have operations yet, but their statement is that when they start projects and start operations, they will utilize EqHub. EqHub is also supported by the major EPCs on NCS, and currently all of the major EPCs are implementing EqHub in the way to work with projects and information deliveries. So the next part of this webinar is to give an update and a status on the product development. So I will give the word to my project manager, André Oaland, who will give you an update on the status of the ongoing development.
Nice.
So over to you, André.
Thank you, Yngve. Okay, I'll now take you through the current state of product development, starting with the organization and structure for this development process. The initiative and the redevelopment here, as before, is spearheaded by Offshore Norge and the Collaborate. Application provider for the delivery is Tieto Every. And during the development timeline here, we've had direct stakeholder involvement from the companies below. Yes, on the delivery timeline, we started development in January. And we recently crossed the midway point just before Easter, and we recently, just after Easter, completed the UAT for the first leg of the total delivery here. Going towards June, we intend to deliver the full scope of the first version of the new generation of EqHub, and going live then to the public on June 23rd. How is this possible, right? We've had a few questions before. So with all our services, including EqHub now, we are reusing a lot of the components and technology that we've established in other parts of our service portfolio. So this means, reusing features and design principles from services such as virtual inventory, Magnum JQS, and Loop, and so on. And there's really at this stage, no new major components being introduced into the stack. So these are all proven and tested technology components that we're familiar with, and especially then also the developers themselves. So typically these projects could take a bit longer, but with the emphasis that we've had on sustainability and speed to market, this was kind of one of the principles that had to be in place, that we reuse as much as possible. Following the go live now in June, we anticipate there to be a period of a year plus, two plus years, where there's going to be a heavy emphasis on onboarding for new companies, for existing companies that are familiar with the EqHub before. We all are meeting a new service. The transition is different for many different reasons, but the goal is to make sure everyone is taken care of in this process. And as Yngve previously mentioned on his timeline, we are not stopping, of course, the development in 2023. We will move forward with that as the industry sees fit, and especially focusing then on user-driven demands, from the industry, what is needed when and so on, and we will try our best to accommodate that. Yes, also there will be, as you've seen and you will continue to see, a lot of communication efforts tied to EqHub and also related services going forward. And now on the next here, if you can go to the, now Katarina Panchenko, my colleague, will give you guys a brief taste of EqHub Next Generation, where she will demonstrate two scenarios, one being a manufacturer view and experience, and the other one being an operator experience. So take it away, Katarina.
Hello, everyone. So we've heard about the history and the product perspectives and the future delivery. So now I will show you basically how EqHub looks like. As you can see now, I'm logged as a supplier, and once you're logged into solution, you will be on the main page. The main page of EqHub is your active dashboard consisting of the different sections. So every time when you log in, you will easily identify what type of roles you have, what company type you have, and if anything needed to check, you have access to the website. As a supplier, I will see immediately the product summary of all my added EqHub IDs of all my products. I will be able to see what draft status is and how many IDs with this one. Also about published, under verification, and approved. And I want to here just emphasize that we are showing the solution on test environment, and this is the demo data. If we go down then for suppliers, there is the section with the to-do list. It means that you don't need to navigate anywhere in the solution to search for your EqHub IDs. You will be able to do it from the main page. And you will see part number, manufacturer, and model. In case you are interested in particular class and you know that this EqHub ID is within this one, so you can easily choose it from the section top classes, and then you will be directed to the content page for their ID. Not for the ID, you will see your EqHub IDs within particular class. The next one, as you can see, and as Andre mentioned previously, that we are still under the development, and currently not all sections are available for users. And after we deliver the full version of EqHub, you will easily see the recommended updates section, where you will see which of your products needs to be updated based on the industry requirements. In helping users with adopting the new solution, you always will have access to Onboarding Center. You will see here the number of tutorial videos, how to create products, upload documents about product overview, and you will always get updated information about EqHub, what's new, and what you should expect. So once we went through all the main page, and it was done with the purpose that to simplify the way how user interacts with the system. So from this one, this is your cockpit, and you can easily navigate to any part of the solution from the main page. The next one, as I'm logged as a supplier, I'm a data provider, and my main purpose is here to create products and documents. But this, you always will see the button available how to add product and document wherever you are in the solution. Now we will go to the content page, where we created several products for you to understand how the system works. As you can see here in the content tab, you can have a products tab and documents. If we go back to products, you also see here there is always a button how to create a product, and also you will be able to search within your EqHub IDs. So when you want to create a product, the system will navigate you through the whole process. And for your understanding where you are, there is the interactive progress bar. You can see where you are, what type of information you need to add, and then you also are aware of what you should add the next. So the progress bar is interactive. As I said, you will see buttons, and also you can click through the statuses, through the steps on the progress bar. Now I'm showing you the way how the initial step of creating product looks like, but for better understanding how the proper product could be created. So we have one product field. So in the general tab, you will choose the manufacturer, part number, and also you can add the part number aliases, and then you will be able to point if this ID is unique or not. Then you navigate to additional tab, where you will be able to upload pictures, choose one for the cover, and then you will add product description, and then you will select a class. When selecting a class, You can see here that the class selection is based on TIRC, EqHub TIRC, and it means that in the solution you will always have the fresh updated requirement specification easily accessible in the system. So while adding and choosing a class or refreshing your knowledge about the particular class and the properties that you have to add, you can easily navigate to EqHub TIRC from the header menu, and then it will be opened in the new page, and then you will easily can check the information. So once we are done with the additional section, we go to properties. In properties section, you will see the number of lines properties that you have to fill with information. The system gives you a hint what type of data you should enter. And also you can see in the up there is the progress bar of fields that are mandatory to be filled with information. And you see here, so now I currently have 12 done of 14. So if we scroll down, you can see here that the solution is neat and clear, and it will give you a hint where to add, how to add information, and which type of measurement you should choose. So as I pointed previously, I have 12 of 14 properties, and it was done intentionally. Because if I want to proceed with my documents, the system will send me a notification message that I have to pay attention that some data are missing, and I won't be able to go to the next step without providing the comment that then will be available for the verifier. So in my case, as we are now on a test environment, and I will type not relevant, I will submit. Now, as you can see, I'm on the document stage. In this case, system shows you what type of documents you need to add. And here you can see this identification that it's mandatory, and everything here is taken from EqHub TIRC. So once the requirements are updated in EqHub TIRC, it will be visible and depicted in EqHub. So I have pre-filled the documents here. So you can see that you can connect not only one document, but several. And also you can easily upload it from the system or delete. Also, very important, if you don't have a relevant document or you want to skip it by any reason currently, you have comment section obligatory to fill because then the system won't allow you to proceed with the next step. So once we are done with properties and with the documents, we go to the next step, and the next step is preview and publish. Here you will be able to review all the information you added about the particular product, and then you can see that system notifies me that I still miss some properties, but I can proceed because I added comment. Then you are able to review your properties, the information that you added. Also, when we go to documents, you can see that 3 from 3 are added, and then it means that I can send the document to verification. So currently you see that the verification will be deployed in June, am I right? So then you see that currently you can proceed with these steps, and the next one is highlighted in gray. So, and here when I go to verification, so then I just add information in the fields, and I'm ready to submit. System will notify me with a message that if I'm sure to submit information. If yes, I click submit. If not, I can keep it in draft and I can go back to any stages of filling data with information. Once I submit it, my item is blocked for editing. and I can only see the product in the view mode. I can see whatever picture I added. I can check properties, and the documents are also available here, and I can upload them from the system. So that was about the products. The next tab and the next stage, adding documents to the system. As I pointed previously, on the header menu, you will always have a button adding product and documents. And also from the content page document tab, you will have an active button add the document. If you see here, we added several for you to see how the solution looks like with the documents. And you see here categories. And you will easily understand from the point from the table what this document is about. So now we are going to add, and for their user convenience, you see here also the progress bar with the steps. This is the same as in the product tab, just not to confuse with the different views. Here you choose the manufacturer, then you choose file on your computer, you add, and then we proceed with the additional tab. You can do it with the help of the button, or you can click on the progress bar. You give the document name, number. If revision number is required, you also add it, and revision date. And you are able to proceed to categories. Here, you can search for a particular category that you want to choose and you want to attach this document to. And very important information that you don't need to upload the same document many times. You just need to tick the appropriate categories that are matched with the document, and you are able to proceed to the next step. The next step is giving access to documents. By default, if you add document, it will be available for any user. But once you specify the whitelist of companies that you want to get access to, you choose them, and it means that only these companies will be able to see the documents uploaded. And again, we are ready to publish. The system will send you a notification message. If you're ready, you just confirm. And yes. And with the access done and publish. Yes. So now we have added the new document. This is the way how data are produced in the solution by suppliers. And now we will switch to the second flow, how data could be consumed by operators. So as you can see here, I'm logged now as an operator. I'm representative of Aker BP company. The same information about company always available. But as you can see, there is difference in the main page. It was done based on the purpose and the way how user interacts with solution. Operators, they will have their own dashboard consisting of summary of available products for them in the system. You can see the number of manufacturers, published products, and number of EqHub approved. The next one, as you can see, the tabs are under development, the following like manufacturers. You will be able to navigate to a particular manufacturer and get information about them. About new products in EqHub, you will have a selection of freshly added products. And while clicking on the EqHub ID, you will be directly sent to the product card. And also you can see the top classes. And once you click on the top classes, you will be directed to search with the pre-filled class information. For the user convenience, as I mentioned previously, you will have access to Onboarding Center. Onboarding Center is the same for all users. For the convenience, you can check any information that you are interested in. So I didn't pay much attention to the search when I was logged as a supplier because my task there was to create a product. But now we are going to proceed with the searching items. So as you can see, the search is divided by products and documents. We are going to search by product. I performed an empty search, and you can see that in the system I have 147,000 of created products. On the left side, if you want to narrow down your search result, you will have filters like manufacturers, class, properties, and status. So if you know that you're searching for item and you know that you want to search for detector, and let's take, for example, detector gas, you will see that I have narrowed down my search result to 200, and I can see my pre-filled chosen shelter. And let's now check the item. I click on that, and this is the transfer data from EqHub. You can see here the overview of the document. You can check properties. All information is available for you. You can check pictures if there are several uploaded. And then you navigate to the document tab. You can see that the document all are here, and then you can upload and open document and check it. Once you do the search, and then you can go to the content tab, and you can change. You can check the products as well. And as I pointed here, the EqHub Tirk is available for operators as well, operator user, and then you can check requirements and properties. Whatever you need, and then you can compare with the information uploaded for you by supplier. Also, I want to say that, as you can see, especially for operators, this information matters, because as Andrea mentioned, that we are sticking to sustainable development, and we reuse components, and every solution from material management portfolio will look the same, with the same touch and feel, with the same design reused. And if you have access to any other solution like virtual inventory, loop from material management portfolio, you can easily navigate it from the header menu, just clicking the drop down menu, and the solution will be opened in the next tab. So that's it from my point of view from the solution demonstration.
Thank you, Katarina.
Thank you very much, Katarina, and thank you, Andrea. I can see that we are now on time, so I don't think we have too much time for any questions. But what we will do is that we will store these questions, and then we will share the questions and answers with the team in a newsletter that we will send out at a later stage.
Yes, we can also mention now that once this is concluded, you will all get a link to the actual recording if you want to rewatch it or share with your colleagues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be put on our LinkedIn and YouTube channel, so you know, a broader audience can look at this later. So thank you everyone for joining, and I hope that everyone will follow us the information on LinkedIn and our newsletter, and I hope that you will be satisfied with the new solution when we roll it out during this summer. So thank you everyone, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.